panorama of what is happening. It's the annual Pickpocket and Frottage Festival. This has been handled by Hertz Rent a Mob, and there's hundreds of thousands of people down there making merry. I was talking to Mary. She's not too thrilled about it, but it is very exciting, actually. And in a moment, we're going back to Bill Lombardo. It's not the Royal Canadians. It's Bill Lombardo and his Royal Comedians. And now back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Steve. We'll see you again in a few minutes.
Time to put up or shut up. A complete Rose Bowl Eve report coming up. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. Boy, am I tired.
Lean on him, Paul. A little more light to make that.
I wonder when we finally reach Rose Bowl Eve. Everybody should be pretty well partied out by now. Are we going to feed him back a taped pre-show? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm Mark Giangreco, live from Pasadena. Complete Rose Bowl report coming up. Hey, Don, we're doing all these live, right?
Yes.
Okay. Boy, that looks bad.
I'm going to have to call him tomorrow morning.
I'm Mark Giangreco, live from Pasadena, where it's time to put up or shut up. A complete Rose Bowl report coming up. And we're getting close here. About 4 minutes from the next tease. Okay, we're in sports, so they better make a decision. It's too late now, I mean. Warner, I think they're ready. We are live from Pasadena, as you said, on the eve of Rose Bowl 84. It's time for Mike White and his class of 83 to get down to business. No more clowning around now. They've got to bring the Roses home. Let's get serious out there. We'll be back with a complete Rose Bowl report coming up on Sports Sunday. On one side, the UCLA Bruins, a team with a mission to prove to the nation it does indeed belong in this 70th Rose Bowl, despite a mediocre 6-4-1 record. And they couldn't have asked for a better opponent with which to make their point. The fourth-ranked and favored Fighting Illini.
Our team is so much different than it was after our first 4 ball games that we just feel like we're good enough to be where we are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, and we're going to have to show the country that this is where we do belong.
Once we line up against the Illini, as people know in the past, records don't mean anything, and it's just going to be how the teams feel that day and how well they prepared for their opponent.
Meanwhile, Illinois carries with it the hopes of an entire conference, a conference that's usually wound up on the bottom of the bowl the past decade. The Illini are a Pac-10 style club with a West Coast coach, but if Illinois loses this Rose Bowl, it'll be another stinging setback for the Big Ten, and that's pressure.
I think Big Ten teams have been coming out here a little bit too tight. You know, the pressure's been on to win. The pressure's been on the Big Ten to win some games out here. The record, I'm not sure exactly what the record is, but it's not real good.
And all this pressure seemed to get to Mike White today. White, who is inconsistent to say the least when it comes to dealing with the media anyway, clowned around with his squad during the Illini picture-taking session, then suddenly decided he didn't want us to show his team having any more fun. Just another pre-game distraction.
And the distractions have been many ever since the Illini arrived here 2 weeks ago. How can a young college football player not forget about football for a while after constantly being wined, dined, toasted, talked to and about by the national news media and the Playmate of the Month? For the Illini players, their families, friends, and fans, this truly has been a vacation of a lifetime.
Can't be afraid. You know, it's just a game.
Good, good.
We've been also a little careful not to get ready for the game too soon.
Oh, 49. Oh, 49. They're not getting us too uptight. We're not that type of team. I think that we'll be able to handle the pressure of playing in the Rose Bowl.
Wish all the people back in Champaign, Urbana, and Chicago was out here to see this beautiful, beautiful weather.
Be honest with me, don't you feel a little bit guilty about being out here enjoying this?
Are you kidding?
You say to all the folks that are freezing back in Illinois, buy logs.
I think the more emphasis they put on a national championship, the more you're going to misdirect what collegiate football is all about.
Well, it's nice to be a winner.
It's the most unbelievable thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Get these shivers every time you go out and perform with the marching line. I know.
It's something that really I'm going to feel for a long rest of my life.
They're going to have to really concentrate these next few days.
You got to concentrate real good.
I think once we walk into that Rose Bowl, I think all heck's going to break loose.
Like to live out here?
No, I'll still stay in Illinois.
How come?
The Fighting Illini are there.
Well, we'll see.
Talk about coming in or going home.
Yeah, they better enjoy it. Then Mike White will wind up, you know, coaching a pro team next year and just escape, uninjured. Now, Warner, we have finally reached Rose Bowl Eve, and it's about time. Everybody should be pretty partied out by now. They'd better be, because I'll tell you, the pride of two great football conferences is on the line out here, not to mention the individual axes that each of these teams has to grind.
I agree with you. White's gone after this year.
About 30 seconds or so. Why would he want Cincinnati? You mean Bengals? Sam Weish already got it. His good friend, Sam Weish. They're good buddies.
Yeah.
Mike White, Dennis Green, and Sam Weish. Yeah, Sam Weish, boy, he was really dedicated to that Indiana program, wasn't he? Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And that is it. All has been said, all has been done. My prediction, for what it's worth, Illinois 35, UCLA 17. But remember, I was the one to pick Miami to be in the Super Bowl, so don't take that to heart. Illinois is still favored by 4 on the betting line. The weather, you ask, for tomorrow, sunny, temperatures near 80 degrees, 101,000 filling those stands. It's going to be a wild one. We will be back tomorrow night with a complete post-game wrap-up as our Champaign and Roses coverage continues live from Pasadena. Warner, that's it for now. Here's hoping. We'll see you then.